Hello, we are going to discuss the second portion of quality control. Quality control, as we have already discussed, quality control is something that should be taken care of by each production unit so that a certain kind of momentum regarding the quality is going to be continued over a long period of time. Because we have seen from a business perspective that unless the quality is maintained, customers are going to shy away from your organization, from your product. So irrespective of the time, the situation, we need to keep control of our quality. Every business has a reputation to keep. Once a reputation is built, the reputation is going to be maintained, it is required to be maintained. The maintenance of the reputation is more coordinated than anything and everything else. Noted quality expert Michael Fagenham say that the underlying principle of quality is that to provide genuine effectiveness, control is required to commence with the design of the product. And the requirement of control is going to end only when the product has been in the hands of a customer. And the customer is required to remain satisfied all the time. The time we start ignoring the customer satisfaction aspect, we're going to miss the exact quality control requirements. But quality is an effective addition of certain things. These things are known as dimensions. There are few dimensions we're going to deduct. The first is performance, second is feature, reliability, conformance, durability, serviceability, aesthetics, safety, and other perceptions. We are going to discuss a little bit about all of these peculiar dimensions of quality. Performance is something which is predetermined in the mind of the consumer. The consumer purchases a product keeping in mind certain dimensions that he is going to be fulfilled at. Because the consumer is going to pay for what he is purchasing, it requires a particular level of performance. He requires the product to be feature rich, and he requires the product to come in handy when he requires it. Reliability is one of the concepts which is there from time immemorial, from the time which is unknown. If something is good, it must be very good. Reliability is that aspect of a product when the consumer is going to rely on the product for satisfaction of certain kind of the feature of the product, that he is going to think of establishing an immediate connect. If I'm driving a car, I'm relying the brand value. I'm relying on the brand value of, suppose, say Maruti Suzuki, or for that matter Mercedes. But this product, the car which I'm driving, is not going to break down within a particular distance of travel. If the car breaks down twice in a period of 200 kilometers, then the reliability, intensity of the factor goes down. The next is conformance. There are certain standard aspects of a product that is required to be given an importance, and the product should conform to an established set of standard like ISO 9000, ISO 10001 and 14001. Durability is another factor which comes to mind in order to get the consumer satisfied, that a product is not bought, that it is going to remain in service for a small period of time. So durability is something which a consumer is looking at from a long time perspective. Serviceability is about the product being managed, serviced when required, repairable. Next thing is aesthetics. Aesthetics is something that we always look at, that look, this phone is good, a cell phone which I have purchased is good, but it doesn't look nice. The design is not good. The color is not good. Color combination is not good. So aesthetics should be there. The quality of the design, the purposability that a consumer is looking at. At the same time, the product that we are looking at should be safe enough so that this can be used. There are other perceptions like the price, but other perceptions doesn't affect the variability of quality that much. The more we are looking at a product, we are looking at its reliability, durability, and serviceability. Quality control overall is a system for verifying and maintaining a desired level of quality in a product or process by careful planning, use of definite equipment, continued inspection so that nothing goes wrong, and if required, if certain things are not conforming up to the standard, then a corrective action will be required. The primary objective of quality control is to develop a scheme for sampling a process, making a quality measurement of interest on the sample items, and then making a decision as to whether or not the process is in a stable state. The stable state is known as the process is in control. If the sample data which we have undertaken suggests that the process is out of control, then a cause for the abnormalities are required to be sought. A common method for making these decisions involves use of control charts. These are very important and widely used techniques which is used by the industry. Everyone in the industry, even if not directly related to quality control, they should be aware of these quality control methods. Whoever is associated with quality control, they must look at controlling the material, controlling the process, controlling labor, controlling the equipment. So controlling is all about controlling the production process. We always look at control from the perspective of limiting the wastage. If the control is very good, control is not variable, we are looking at minimizing wastage of material, minimizing wastage of equipment, minimizing wastage of labor hours. So control, statistical quality control is basically looking at how to keep the controlling aspect in a product process or even in a process variable. If you are looking at random variables that will creep into any product process, then we are looking at control charts. We must prepare control charts under various randomly selected methodology to be able to conclude whether the process is actually under control or the process is going out of control for some period of time. A control chart is also called a process chart. It is a graph that shows us whether the sample data falls within the control limits or normal range of variation, or they're falling outside, lower than that or higher than that. A control chart includes a lower control limit and upper control limit. These limits separate the common from the assignable causes of variation. The common range of variation is defined by use of control limits. We say that a process is out of control when a lot of plot data reveals that one of them or more than one sample actually lying beyond the control limits. The upper control limit is the maximum acceptable level of variation from the mean or a process that is in a state of control. Similarly,